Thank you, and thank you for joining us for the Accelerating Success Opportunities with Amazon Relay and Amazon Freight Partners. Maybe we'll just start with a little show of hands. If everyone could raise your hand if you've heard of Amazon Relay. All right, a bit of a mixture. Same thing. Everybody raise your hand if you've heard of Amazon Freight Partners. Okay, a little bit of a mixture. So Amazon Relay is a web portal and a mobile app that allows third-party trucking companies to haul goods for Amazon across the roadways using their own equipment. So we have a load board and contracts, and there's a variety of different equipment types that we actually provide work for, including power only, dry vans, box trucks, and even some intermodal containers. We also have a program called Amazon Freight Partners, which enables leaders to start their own business. With Amazon providing the trucks, Amazon also provides some things like maintenance support and business coaches to help you get your business started, and actually contracted loads that are actually already ready to go. And it really helps to get your business started. Today we're joined by two business owners, Albert and Wade, to discuss Amazon Relay and Amazon Freight Partners. So first, I'm going to get started with Albert Jacobson, CEO of A&A Logistics. Maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in trucking and with Relay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kristen, for the introduction. My name is Albert Jacobson. My company is A&A Logistics Group, located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My background has been in corporate finance and data intelligence. Never thought I'd ever be in trucking, but those skills definitely came in handy when I decided to make a career switch. A close friend of mine has been in the trucking space for quite some time, and I was thinking of ideas of doing something on my own. So one day I decided to take a look at his financials, and everything that I sold made sense. The models looked good. And him and I decided, why not, let's give it a try and open up a company together. We had clear division of responsibilities. He was responsible for day-to-day operations, while I was responsible for more business side, broker relationships, accounting, finance, etc. Within the first month, I think, after we got registered, we applied for Amazon Relay. Within a month or so, we were fully operational, and that's how we started. Probably 5 or 6 months into being in this industry, being in this business, my partner and I, we went separate ways. And then not long after, I was laid off from my corporate job. I had no plan to quit my corporate at that time, so I was left with a company with one truck, 2 drivers, business I knew nothing about, and what do I do? One thing, I'm not the type of person to raise my hand and call it quits, so first order of business was to get my CDL. I was able to obtain it probably within a month, and as soon as I got it, I went on the road. I went on the road with actually one of my student drivers, so both of us were learning on the spot. But having that sort of experience helped me, understand the operations, learn everything I could possibly know or learn in that short time frame. It definitely made me appreciate what the drivers are going through, what are the hurdles, and how I can make their jobs and lives easier. And today, my company operates 5 trucks and also work with few owner-operators that run under my authority.
Awesome. It's an amazing story. Next, we have Wade Gerdeman, owner of Bear Pack Logistics. Maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started with Amazon Freight Partners.
Sure. So thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My background is in logistics. So I went to school for logistics. I was 20 years in logistics in the service. I actually worked for Procter & Gamble doing transportation purchasing and management. I went up to Ford Motor in Dearborn, managing their customs and trade. So I've been in this space for 20-some years. The opportunity with Amazon came about when I applied to be a DSP. So DSP is the delivery service partner. There's the blue vans that deliver packages to your house. So I initially got accepted into that program, and I got put on a waiting list. So I'm in Cincinnati. So I got put on a waiting list there, and then this freight partner opportunity came up in 2020. With the background that I had in the trucking space and managing it, I jumped on board not knowing really what I was getting into, but it's been a great opportunity, and I'm thankful for it every day.
So you mentioned a background in logistics and 20 years. Did you own your own trucks before you became an Amazon Freight Partner?
So no, I actually came in under the accelerator program. So there's a couple different paths that you can come in. So some people came in because they had trucks and they were running freight for Amazon. And then I was on the other side where I came in on the accelerator program. So with my corporate experience and my great looks, right, I got accepted into the DSP program, and I got into it that way. So there was a couple different paths that you can take to get in it.
That's awesome. Now, Albert, you joined all the way back in 2022. What initially attracted you to Relay?
So it's in my nature. I'm an analyst. So before even getting into this business, I was fortunate enough to be introduced to a couple of company owners who combined at that time operated roughly about 100, 150 trucks. And I spent about 2 to 3 weeks talking with the owners, with the mechanics, with the dispatchers, to anybody who was willing to share their knowledge, experience, understanding of the business. And throughout those conversations, Amazon really kept popping up pretty much almost every time. I looked into it especially for a carrier that was just starting out in this business. Amazon offered a lot of benefits to a person, to a company owner, and a lot of tools that would help them really basically get it going from the ground up. First thing, there was no need for buying trailers, no need for securing a factoring company. Amazon provides their own trailers. Amazon pays you weekly, so you have very little need for capital investment. On top of that, Amazon is a technology company, and for me, if there's technology, I'm there. I love the ability to work remote if I need to. Just now, sorry everybody, that's still checking on contracts and loads and drivers. But the ability to manage my business either remotely through the phone or through a Relay dashboard, it just makes it much more easier for anybody, especially a person new in this business, to truly scale, to truly understand how it works. You have all the tools that you need in order to be successful. So those things were really attractive to me at that time.
Now, I know you like technology. We've talked about a few things you love in technology in general, but I'm curious, were there any Amazon features, functionalities, products that you especially like?
Well, when it comes to products, the entire 4 years in the business, my main bread and butter is teamwork. So I focus primarily on team contracts and team loads off of a load board. It's not as popular when it comes to solo work. It's definitely more challenging. But luckily, Amazon provided enough workload for my company and my drivers to pretty much be occupied 52 weeks of the year if I wanted to. And as I mentioned earlier, the ability to utilize Relay, utilize all the tools, the learning, everything is in the palm of your hand, very easy to use, very easy to understand. Nothing is perfect. Technology is evolving and things are changing. And whenever there's an update, I'm always curious to find out what it is and how Relay can continue to evolve even better.
That's awesome. All right, well, at Amazon, one of our top priorities is safety. So I'd also love to find out from you guys how you both sort of practice safety in your day-to-day and with your team. So maybe, Wade, we'll start with you. Amazon provides pretty extensive safety support to AFPs, and I'm curious, how do you leverage that? How do you use that within your team? What sort of safety practices have you developed as a part of that?
So we focus on safety every day. We have a daily call at 8:30 in the morning, and first thing we talk about is safety, whether it be something that a driver did or something that's happening at a specific site. Twice a week we have driver calls, and safety is the first topic we touch on. We go through the metrics that Amazon and Bearpack has developed whether it be some of the severe events, such as running stoplights. Speeding is a big one. We're in the hills of Kentucky, so if you get any type of weight behind you and you're going down 71, you're going to get over the speed limit. That hits us quite a bit. But we focus on safety in those aspects, reviewing it every day. With Amazon, they've actually provided Netrodyne cameras, so that's the tool that we use for the safety features. And for us, it's really helped us out from both a recruiting standpoint as well as just to be able to monitor the performance and safety of the drivers. So we hire probably 2 out of every 3 drivers coming right out of school. And for us, it allows us to train and teach a new driver. Without those cameras and without those safety metrics, we wouldn't be able to do that. So it provides instant feedback because we can see if what's going on with the driver, if they're drowsy driving, for instance. If there's any type of drowsy driving event, it alerts them, the cameras talk to them. Some drivers don't like to be talked to about that, but it's a safety feature that everybody needs. So cameras in the trucks, the metrics that the system provides back to us, that we provide back to the drivers, consistently monthly calls with the drivers on their performance on the safety side to be able to let them know how they're doing, what they may need to improve on. And it's always nice to get that feedback from them, and it's especially nice when they take it and act on it so they can improve themselves, improve the company.
Albert, what about you? How do you reinforce a safety-first mindset?
Well, just like Wade said, safety is number one. If you're not being safe, you're not going to be in business. So my drivers might not like it, but every week before all of my drivers go out, doesn't matter on a day, on time, I always have a conversation with them. I tell them about some of the changes that are happening in the industry, some of the laws that might be changing and might have an effect on what the drivers should or shouldn't do. And I pay very, very, very close attention to the Motives AI dash cam. It's very, very important to not let anything by. Have conversations with your drivers if they did something wrong or they missed something or you think they should be doing something better. At the end of the day, it's your company and you should focus on how to make it successful and how to make your driver successful. Enforcing those rules, enforcing those strategies has been the formula that's been working for me. On top of that, especially with recent changes in the FMCSA industry, I recently signed up with an accredited CDL school. I plan to have my drivers do biannual training, at least 10 hours of classroom, as well as not really re-examination, but an additional road test, just to make sure that they're still capable, that they're doing everything right. It's something, again, important for me and the drivers, and I feel this will keep everybody safe.
That's great. Now, both of you mentioned a lot about drivers. They're critical to your success as an organization, as a company. But I'm curious, it can be a little bit of a challenge to not only recruit good drivers, but also retain them. So I'm curious, Albert, what are some of the challenges that you see in recruiting and retaining your drivers?
Let's be honest, the drivers are the foundation of the company. I would not be sitting here in front of you talking if it wasn't true. It is absolutely true. And today especially, this is the hardest time to find good, responsible, and mature drivers. Qualified or not, we have programs that will teach you, train you, but to find drivers that are truly mature and understand the responsibility that they carry every single time they get behind the wheel, that's becoming challenging. My take on things is very simple. I treat everyone the way I like to be treated. I treat them with respect. I try to pay what above industry average, as well as also having a bonus structure that drivers can take full advantage of. As long as they stick to safety metrics that we review with them every month, if they hit those guidelines, they earn bonus. But again, at the end of the day, my guys, the all drive teams, they spend 48 weeks out of the year on the road. I've done 3 weeks max. It's not for me. I knew it wasn't for me. I can never do it. So in order for me to motivate them as much as possible, besides financial, I try to keep my fleet maintained with fresh new trucks. Again, as I mentioned, bonuses, and I demand that drivers do take care of my equipment as if it was their own. Because if they don't, it's just going to create a lot of issues and situations that nobody wants to deal with. So having that level of understanding and respect is what I try to do.
That's great. Now, Wade, I know you talked a lot about your drivers too, especially getting some newer and younger drivers. I know Amazon gives you a lot of resources around hiring drivers and support, but I'm curious, what are some of the things that you do with your recruitment and how you stay competitive to keep your drivers?
From a recruiting standpoint, we actually partner with 3 driver schools in the Cincinnati market. We're up there once a month to each place, letting them know what's going on with us, with BearPack, and what the work looks like. I try not to be a recruiter. I try to be an informant, to let them know and make the choice, because there's a lot of people that are coming in, and they're feeding them all kinds of stuff. For me, it's just letting them make the decision with the information that they have. What we do is not for everybody. Some people want to be out on the road and making big bucks, and that's fine. I feel like we pay a very competitive wage with our benefit package as well, but some people want to be home daily, and that's really the benefit of us. We have Solo 1 routes as well as Solo 2 routes. That's one of the main priorities that I just like to stress. Our Solo 2 routes are more regional, to where a driver is out a day and then they're back home the next night. We can work with their schedule, so schedule from a flexibility standpoint. I feel like that's a huge recruiting tool. And then Amazon also provides us with a platform called Fountain. So there's a website out there that anybody can go out there. It's called Drive for Freight Partner. And you can go out there depending on where you're located at. So let's say you're in Cincinnati or Indy, and say, hey, what's available in that market? And then that will then feed to the freight partner in that market to be able to talk to the driver and just let them know what's going on. So Amazon's provided some of those tools for us to be able to leverage the opportunities as drivers are looking to do something different.
That's awesome. Really appreciate both of you guys sharing about your drivers and really talking about how they're the lifeblood. Okay, so last couple of questions before we wrap up. So you guys have mentioned a few things about running a transportation business, and it can come with a few operational challenges here and there. So Wade, maybe what does Amazon help provide you through the AFP program that helps you keep your business running more efficiently, cost effectively?
So 2 big points I'd like to call out. One is maintenance. Like Albert talked about with just the performance and the overall upkeep of the truck, it can be burdensome. So Amazon supports the freight partners in the sense that they provide a maintenance support team. We actually can partner with either the TA or a Merit to be able to come out and repair our trucks, which is, most of the time is seamless. I'm not going to say that there's never opportunities for improvement, but again, that resource is available to get, to be able to keep the trucks running. So maintenance is one. The second one is driver qualification. So from an administrative standpoint, that can be very burdensome to some organizations. So Amazon has actually partnered with J.J. Keller to be able to help us maintain all of our driver qualification files. So from drug testing, we're in a consortium, to maintaining their license and making sure everything is up to date and current, everything along those sorts of driver qualification files. So those 2 pieces right there have supported us tremendously when I think about my team and the effort that we have to maintain the business.
That's awesome. Albert, one last question for you. What advice would you give to somebody who's looking to get started with Amazon Relay?
My advice is simple, especially if you're new to the industry, if you're just starting out. If you don't plan to play by FMCA Save rules and Amazon Relay, don't even bother. Don't waste your time and money. But if you do, here's what I suggest. Know your numbers. Do as much research as possible. Know your business better than the competition. As long as you arm yourself with those tools and possibly a great network of either close friends or people in the industry, you can do it alone. But it's much easier if you have a support that you can rely on. As long as you do those things, Relay will definitely help you on the technology aspect, learning aspect, and will support you in a way to make you successful.
You both have been fantastic. I want to thank both of you for sharing your experiences. We're super excited that you're part of the Amazon family. Thank you for all that you do. I want to thank you guys all for being here today, to learning more about Amazon Relay and Amazon Freight Partners. If you have more questions, we would encourage you to visit us. We have a booth over in the north corner over there. Look for the Amazon booth, look for our logo, and we would love to chat with you guys more.
Thank you.
Thank you.